Hey guys, welcome back to Fishyaker.com. It's John again. This time I'm joined by my buddy Jeff Singleton down in Virginia. We're going to talk about a tournament that's coming up. Today's April 21st. Tomorrow night's a captain's meeting. This event is benefiting Heroes in the Water. So let's talk a little about this event if you're in the Mid-Atlantic area and you're looking for something to do this weekend.
Fishyaker.com, the original kayak rigging video series.
So Jeff, tell us about what we're doing this weekend.
All right, so first I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Jeff Singleton. I'm actually the assistant coordinator for the George Washington Heroes chapter of Heroes on the Water up here in Northern Virginia. And Reggie Diaz decided about a year ago to put this tournament together to benefit our chapter. And I remember when it popped up, it was 10 months out when it popped up as an invite in my Facebook, and I clicked going. And there were all kinds of comments. Wow, that's early committal. Everybody gave me a hard time for committing almost a year out. But so it is a prize-based tournament. So all the proceeds, all the entry fees, and monies from raffles, et cetera, will go directly to Heroes on the Water. All the prizes have been donated.
Right.
It will be based out of Appomattox River Company's Ashland store, which is just off of 95, just north of Richmond. We have a 50-mile radius of that shop to go fish. And I'm taking my buddy John here to a nice little honey hole that I had a buddy of mine showed me. And we're not allowed to hush hush because it is public, but it's not well known. And there are some hogs in there. First time I ever fished it, I had a 21-inch bass within 10 minutes of launching. So
that being said, it is a public waterway.
It is public.
It's not some G5 classified backyard lake.
No, and that's another thing. It has to be a public launch. You can't go fish those farm ponds that you've got the bass trained to come over and bite your hook just by snapping your finger at them. So those are not allowed. You'll have to you have to have a picture of yourself at the launch so you can prove, hey, I am in a public area. I am in a public launch. I'm not even. It's not even just public waterways. It's public launch. Because you get a benefit if you've got a buddy who lives on the river and there's no launch for 20 miles either direction,
Yeah.
So no, it has to be a public waterway, public launch.
So captain meetings tomorrow night at Appomattox.
Yep, it is tomorrow night at 5:30, somewhere in there.
5 to 7.
Yeah. And, hang out, get the rules, introduce everybody, and get to put our eyes on some of the prizes we'll be fishing for. I know I have some stuff upstairs that is going down that'll go out as prizes. Some will go out as raffle.
And I saw we had some posts up where you can still enter too. So for those that might be slackers, not registered like I usually do, that could just show up tomorrow night and register. Are they still taking our money?
Yeah, because he's got to take mine. I wasn't sure because of my affiliation with the Heroes on the Water. It wasn't a question of whether I'd be allowed to fish. It was a question of if I would have time. I wasn't sure if he was going to need me back at the tournament headquarters helping out there. And come to find out, he told me he's got I think he said about 10 guys that are going to help specifically for that. So he was like, go fish. So that was just a few weeks ago. So I'll give him my money when I get down.
So do we have any vets coming out?
I'm not sure. We will find out. I know that a few of our volunteers from this chapter, will be down there. I'm a vet. Yep. So there's one vet that's going to show up.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I've been doing Heroes in the Water since, Jim started it, whatever now, probably 15 years ago, 20 years ago, close to it probably now. I mean, for those that don't know what Heroes in the Water is, it's an amazing organization to help servicemen and veterans. I thank the world of the organization, and this has done a lot for me too. But just going to events, if you're in an area that has a Heroes in the Water chapter, look into it, help out, be a safety paddler, take them fishing, be a partner with them, or just volunteer any way you could, or even if you're a veteran, it's a good way to meet people and just you get your mind off the rest of the stress in your life.
Yeah, it is. We have a great time. We had our first event of the year last weekend. We went to the Occoquan, hit the shad run. I think everybody actually caught a fish. We had some technical difficulties this year. The first weekend, the 9th of April, we were supposed to have our very first event. And what happened? But it's 30 degrees and raining and snowing. And it's April. Come on.
And it was like 80 degrees the week before.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, so we had to cancel. We didn't feel safe putting vets in boats and out on the water in that weather. And then we had a couple issues, and our turnout wasn't quite as high as we were hoping it was last weekend. But we still, vets and volunteers, probably had 15, 20 people maybe. And it was a good time. We cooked up some burgers and dogs. We all sat around, had lunch, and then a group of us volunteers went back out in the afternoon and went fishing once the event was over.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what are the specific rules of the tournament? Do you have all that written down or know of it, or are we just going to get it all tomorrow? I mean, like is it single fish, multi-fish, total length? Do you have all that, or a lot of the stuff's not posted yet, so it's all secretive till we get to the captain's meeting, which is fine.
So I don't know that it's necessarily secret as much as it is. This is the first year of the tournament.
Right.
There are those things that, hey, I didn't realize I didn't say this. There's a post if you go back through where I asked specifically, does it have to be a public launch? So it's the first year. Lessons learned,
Well, if anybody needs it, if you go into the Pennsylvania Kayak Fishing Association page and go through pkfa.org, you can basically copy and paste our rules if you ever need them. And we pulled that originally from the Susky Bassmasters, which we're affiliated with. And again, remember, I'm in Pennsylvania now, but I'm a Virginia boy, from Hampton Roads. So I'm just up here in the frozen tundra because of my job. But yeah, then that's anybody out there. If you're looking for some general guidelines for a tournament too, just feel free to bootleg any of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking. It doesn't. I'm digging, hoping I was going to find a notes section or something, but yeah, it's not here. So I guess we'll get all the details. I'm hoping. My personal hope is that it's at least 2 or 3 fish. Yeah. I don't want to go a full 5-fish bag, but a 3-fish bag would be nice. There's that other tournament that's down in the other place that has a 1-fish limit. The biggest bass wins that division. And it's no fun. Yeah, I want a couple of them, If I can catch 2 15-inch fish, but you catch 1 18-inch fish, So yeah, I like to see a few more bass in there. Nice 3 fish. I don't know if he's got anything lined up for other species.
You should do I don't know, like a crappie bluegill bass slam or something.
Exactly. I don't know if he has that. And like I said, it's the first year.
Yeah.
These are things that we can sit around and talk about. I couldn't keep the crappie and the bluegill off my Ned rig. I wish to God we had a crappie bluegill slam or something. And those are things that can come up after the fact, and maybe they get incorporated.
Add it to next year is always.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about being at the initial event is it's going to be unique.
I mean, you and I were talking about this a little while ago. I mean, I think it's really cool because it's small, it's brand new, it's grassroots. This is what most of the kayak fishing tournaments started off with. 15 or so years ago, you had 20 to 40 guys usually show up, and it wasn't like 200 guys, super long, huge rolls, giant, cash payouts. And I'm not even going to get into all the controversy going on about that.
Yeah, right.
But this is like more laid back. It's for charity. So, that's another concept. There's charity versus cash payout tournaments. I mean, I've always enjoyed the charity ones because I like going to these events just to see friends and not to have all the stress of it. You don't want to have all the stress. No offense. I mean, I do a lot of tournaments, always have, but, go buy a bass boat and, tow it behind a big tundra and pay your bass dues. I don't know.
Yeah.
No offense to those guys. That's cool, but this is a totally different concept. It's cool. It's for charity. It's a social event. But yeah, you win some cool prizes. But the whole time you're raising money for Heroes in the Water, and you can just have fun and not stress out over it.
It's a win-win for everybody all the way around. You get the prizes are donated, and they're donated to a charity tournament. Therefore, they're a tax write-off for the people donating them. And then you have the chapter, or the charity, in this case, the chapter, but the charity is going to benefit. And then we all benefit because we stand a chance of taking home a prize, and we just get to go out and fish and hang out with some friends that we only see from time to time.
Oh, yeah, and with me, it's a chance for me to come back home and, fish some home areas, not saying which one. But, the only thing is I hope nobody says, oh, one of you guys won, you got to disclose where you cut your fish. I don't know. We just...
No, so it's kind of funny. My buddy had to go chaperone a choir trip last weekend, and they went to Niagara Falls. Well, he's a big photographer. A lot of the pictures of me you see on my Facebook page in my kayak, he's taken. Because he doesn't fish. He'll just go out on his. He's got a Hobie Outback. He'll just go out and take pictures all day. But he asked if he could borrow my waterproof camera. And I was like, yeah, sure, And he came over tonight before this, and we sat out back and had a beer and a cigar. And he had to bring my camera back because my waterproof camera does not have GPS in it. So I don't need it tagging exactly where I was sitting on a lake or on a river when I took that picture. The other one we have, I could have used it, but it has the GPS tagging. So I'm like, no, I need my camera back for this weekend.
Yeah, so basically, if anybody is watching this and you happen to be driving around northern or central Virginia this weekend and you see two, middle-aged guys with Old Town Predators out on the lake, keep driving, right?
Yeah, just keep right on going, right on down the road.
There's nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. These are not the kayaks you're looking for.
So cool. But yeah, I want to thank you for coming on. So tomorrow night's a captain's meeting. That's April 22nd. The event's on the 23rd on Saturday. Benefits Heroes in the Water. Right now, with you probably got the stats up there in front of you, the actual time for launch and all that good stuff, right? 7 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yep, that's what he has.
Specifics at the captain's meeting, of course. But we got to put a big shout out for Yakmasters River Company, my good friends there, for backing up everybody up on this, and of course Heroes in the Water. But what else you got to add for the tournament, or closing comments or anything?
Really, no, I just hope everybody comes. I just can't wait. I want to get down there, catch some fish, have some fun, hang out with some people that I don't. Like I said, I don't get to see often. So just if you're around, if you're bored, come out, hang out, and catch some fish with us.
Cool. So if you're online, people, and you still got some time to, free this weekend, go on Facebook and look at the Virginia Yakmasters Kayak Fishing Tournament. It's an event page on Facebook. It's got all the specifics there. Or, again, just show up tomorrow evening at Yakmasters River Company and sign up, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
Well, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for coming on. Everybody, remember always, please subscribe to Fishyaker on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and we'll catch you on the water.